Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Hellgate London. This is the Steam version released a couple of weeks ago. Now I've been playing this summoner for quite some time. Would like to share my journey experience with you. The story-wise, I'm heading towards the Tower of London, passing through a few area before I get there. So the summoner turns out to be really fun. I don't think I've played like a summoner like this type before. It's a little bit of melee, like I said before in my last video. This she's turning into the zombie. A little bit of like if you play Marvel Heroes, this particular kind of outfit when she turned into a zombie looks like the Wolverine with the claws and all. So it's kind of interesting. I've like for example that right now here I turn into a zombie, do a bit of melee damage, and that's it. But there's quite a lot of interesting moments in this journey to the Tower of London, and towards the end I've been trying to figure out what to do with some of this like a huge gigantic demon that we'll see later on. Okay, now this game is still kind of like a very early being released, although it's an old game, 11 years old, but the game itself being turned into a single player is something that is kind of new in the sense. Of course, that come with quite a lot of like bugs going on, and they are trying to fix it. So they have already announced that by mid-December they will come up with a patch to address the stability issue together with the free Tokyo DLC. So I'm looking forward to it. Not really like my expectation is not that high, so it may meet the timeline, it may not, but at least the developer has acknowledged some of the issue we are facing, and they are doing something about it. So I think that is pretty much the first step, and I guess they really should, because this franchise is pretty well loved by a lot of people. Now over the weekend I've also installed the old version. Because a lot of people have been saying that this game is not smooth and compared to the old version, that is not good enough, which I kind of can understand, because some of the old version, the people are installing the mods like revival mod, like signing up for London 2038, the fan base MMO, kind of like a server now in alpha status. So in that aspect, I can understand why people say that this version is just inferior in that regard. Could be, I'm not entirely sure, because when I install it, mine is a Southeast Asia edition, and for that it's region locked, so I cannot install any of the mod from the American version. The main reason is due to the fact that the Southeast Asia version is only patched to single player 1.2. There's no 2.0 multiplayer patch that the mod require, and even so I don't think it will pass the file check. There's just back then there's some implementation between the regional and the between the American and the Southeast Asia. I've also ordered an American version online through eBay, coming my way. So I don't know, I may give it a shot just to take a look and compare between the various kind of version and see which one is more fun, because I really love the game. This game is a classic game. I really think that for those who have not played Hellgate London, I really hope that you are able to experience it. I play a lot of games in the past decades. I can say that it's no game like Hellgate London. You could say some of the game like Borderlands 2 that that remotely look like that, but I play it. It's nothing like Hellgate London. The loot is not as interesting, as exciting. There's not so many mobs flying around, and it's not like action RPG. You have to constantly remind yourself that you need ammo, or you buy ammo, and when you get defeated, which quite often for my character, you got to use money to there's a penalty in the cost wise. You're constantly thinking about where to get ammo or buy ammo. Run out of ammo, can't do anything. So and also that Borderlands 2 is a little bit too cartoonish kind of thing. It doesn't have the dark feel to it. I mean, demons invading London is a very, very interesting kind of like a backstory to it, and that's why I played Hellgate London, to be honest. And also it's a third person shooting or over the head kind of camera. So Hellgate London is kind of advanced in its own way. It does have both, if you count the first person shoot, third person shoot, as well as over the head kind of a camera like this one, more like the MMO, like Guild Wars 2 or World of Warcraft. You see a character in totality, not just like say Mass Effect, whereby it's a third person shoot whereby you see part of the body. So this game has it all. It has all of them, different view to it. So even if you like first person shoot and not like the rest, I mean, there's something for you as well. And I can go on and on about why Hellgate London is a classic, but I really think that it is a classic, and I really hope that some of you get a chance to play it and experience it, and just have fun with it. Okay, now so just now the map was a huge map, was a lot of mobs, as you can see, a lot of exciting moment, nerve-wracking moment as well, trying to dive in and out as a melee, as a ranged. When my summoner become a zombie, take a zombie form, which is a melee, she can summon 3 zombies. So you can do extra 3 zombies, and after that you can switch back to the whole kind of like a range kind of build. So yeah, that's kind of interesting. I mean, it's actually very, very fun, to be honest. I don't know how viable is this build in the end game. Most likely it's not. But having said that, I'm really having a lot of fun just to do a little bit of summoner, because summoner is fun, but then it's a little bit too sometimes it's too passive for me. So you let the pet does a lot of damage, you use a gun to to sort of like just to do additional damage. But with the melee build, you get to switch in and out of the form as and when you need. And by the way, this object looks pretty obscene. Don't know why I zoom in for you guys. Well, just a testing for you guys that there's a first person shoot, kind of like a camera view to it. Right, so now level 28, moving towards 30, which there are more options as a melee kind of like summoner, and now it is pushing towards the Tower of London. There is a monstrosity that stepped out of the Hellgate, so I need to use the turrets against the demon. So I thought, okay, there's a turret, I'll use it, but I was unable to use it. A little bit of spoiler alert here, for those who really want to see how figure out yourself. I mean, you may just want to jump to the end, but there's a huge, gigantic demon. I was a little bit worried about what he's going to do. I tried to use the cannon, I couldn't. So I was thinking maybe the cannon wasn't working. So I used another one. I can see that this guy is really like a huge. I don't think I can shoot it or do anything to it. So now it's a matter of trying to go into my head like what happened, and then there's yet another kind of like demon that is more manageable. So I say, why not? While I'm trying to figure out what to do with the other guy, just take down this one and see what happened. Then I need to use a demonic totem, but I didn't have time because there's a huge demon that I need to take care of. So I was thinking, well, okay, maybe I should just use the last one and see whether it works or not. But in the end, it's because of the range. I think I was too far away to use a gun, so the turret went out of range. And now it's getting better. And you see that more like World of Warcraft. Those who have played World of Warcraft, you kind of know that there's some huge elite that you cannot be overcome, and after that you use some kind of gun or wand. Upon then it becomes smaller, and now it's at level 23. Demon. I'm a level 24 summoner, so it's kind of at my level now. So I've got it sorted. And with that said, it complete another stage. So from a Hellgate London perspective, the story is there's Maxim, who's the uncle of Jessica. Now, who's Jessica? Jessica is from the from the beginning of the clip, the little girl who was being saved by the grandfather and the team, and she made it to the Templar base. So that was like for the living, and then she returned back. I mean, she grew up, and then she also led part of the Templar and trying to defeat all the Hellgate kind of like monster, and that is for the dead. So yeah, there's a lot for the living, for the dead kind of thing. It's getting quite interesting, the story-wise. Not going to spoil everything in one shot, but I also not quite sure how it's going to turn out. But there's been a kind of like a political turmoil between the Templars, and between Jessica and Maxim, who's the uncle and the granddaughter of the great Templar. All right, so now I'll talk to you another time. This is a Christmas event, and see you. Bye.